G'day, I'm Ash, and yesterday I made a completely useless video. Although it brought up some good points about how important map design is in War Thunder, a few of you wrote in the comments with some varied opinions on the matter. And I really felt that the video was kind of a waste of potential, and really just a waste of time. I've made videos like this in the past, and they have exploded in popularity because, well, it's really an easy thing to do. However, I kind of feel like in today's video I need to make a few clarifications and explain why I even made the video in the first place, as I feel increasingly annoyed with myself for allowing the video to go up in the first place. I have higher standards than this, and it's not really what I wanted. Now, backtrack a little bit to about 2 months ago, and I said I'd be taking an extended break from War Thunder. This kind of fell through, and during my break, another content creator pointed out something that I realised that my most popular videos were just outright rant videos in themselves. These videos were just overly negative in a kind of rant style. And the problem with this is it's easy to hate something and continue not enjoying it. And it's bloody easy to hate the game, but unfortunately it's a bit hard just to sit back and enjoy the game for what it is. Even in my case, where you have been playing the game for 6, almost 7 years, problems with the game don't seem to be getting fixed, and whilst there is many, you could sit down, like you couldn't even sit down with a bunch of other content creators to decide on a list of 10 things that War Thunder needs to change right now, because we all have different opinions. And, well, we're constantly contradicting ourselves, or misinforming the community, and I'll admit that I have made this mistake in the past. However, I feel that yesterday's video was just made out of anger for a map that had changed in design. The whole video itself was really pointless, and I am, well, really sorry for that. It is vitally important to maintain a balance within your community, and Garjan seems to know that there are many creators out there who disagree with the decisions being made by the developers. But is anything really going to change? Probably not. No matter what we do as a community, it's not really going to change the outcome and short-sightedness of Garjan when it comes to short-term goals versus long-term goals. As a business, it's important to keep profits up, even, well, every major patch. And I understand that if War Thunder continues, even to do a bug-fixing patch, or a major patch that would fix smaller issues like HUD elements, or graphical glitches, or even, HD cockpits, and just model updating, etc., etc., and even balancing of the economy, it still does not bring any new content to War Thunder for that particular patch. Because here's the thing, as much as I hate to admit it, if there is no new content in War Thunder coming every single patch, the game will outright die. This won't really change how it affects my videos, and the videos of other content creators alike, or even the videos that we create as a community. There's always going to be issues, and I felt like my recent rant video did nothing to provide a decent discussion towards a bigger issue at hand. People seem to agree with the general sentiment and tone of the video, and many Ground Forces maps are incredibly linear. Some of you suggested that community maps should be a thing and exist, and many of your comments suggested in general that it was not only that I was not only the one having issues with map design in the current game as it stands. Another issue that popped out was the overall issue of ultra low quality, and it's often discussed by creators alike, and less trees does nothing to help those who constantly get spawn camped or cross map sniped by those who abuse sneaky positions on maps that really shouldn't exist. What was Garjan's response? To remove most of the soft destroyable cover, to remove a bunch of trees, to open up maps for more cross map sniping, to remove some solid cover and decrease load times on lower potato computers. Not really an optimal solution here when we're talking about, possibly 1% of the population in War Thunder. In today's age, if you don't have a decent rig, or if you don't have a computer that's able to play certain other types of games, there's no real point to playing War Thunder. You can spend probably $400 US on a system or a laptop that could easily play this game at medium or high graphics. That's not really an issue. And some of you pointed that out in the comments as well. In ground forces and in air forces to some degree, it is vitally important to consider how map design will affect gameplay. And while War Thunder's maps are very detailed and beautiful, It really does not help when it seems that they are one-sided, or one team has the advantage, or hill, or, a sniping period into someone's spawn, thus slowing that team down. Even in air forces, having a map that is one-sided in terms of linear progression. It's basically all a team deathmatch. Now, a possible solution to this is allowing a dev server testing period where we, as a community, can see the changes to the maps before they come into game. This will allow us to express issues with parts, or indeed spawn placements, or even, various other bits and pieces about a map that will allow us to open discourse and chat about how each map and new addition, each new map addition would help provide better, balanced gameplay. In this regard, the dev server also needs to be used as a place for testing and not a hype machine. It needs to be used as a place to help develop the game and give Guardian feedback, much like a test server for many other games, where players can give their feedback and possible solutions while Guardian continue to develop the game. While there are many more important issues within War Thunder economy and, balance reasons, I think that it is important to realise that at the end of the day, we don't have any control over this. But Guardian can indeed listen, and they might be able to help. In some cases they have, in other cases they have just continued doing what they think is best for the game. In terms of why I continue providing content clearly on a game that I'm so negative towards, it's really something I can't describe why. I tend to just say what needs to be said. Sometimes it's for the better, but it's really hard to remain positive in a space that's full of negativity towards a game that has clearly evolved past its original intent. After all, I started making videos for fun, and many of my older videos are bloody fantastic. Well, there was basically not a worry about balance or any other things that were clearly broken. Maybe it's a bit of ignorance, maybe a bit of bliss, towards the things that were going on. After all, the developers said they would fix the game. So after waiting and waiting, it's not hard to understand why many of the older players stopped, only to come back patch to patch to see what's new. Sure, the game is not dying, it's still got a very active player base, but sometimes I wonder if many people just continue playing because of the amount they have invested into the game, or it's just Stockholm Syndrome, in a way. For me personally, I find myself disconnected with all the new shiny vehicles. They are nice, but I really don't understand why or how come. There is too many questions in regards to what is happening, and not many answers. I feel completely isolated in a way that I have never felt before. Many issues have been raised by many content creators. A lot of them have solutions to problems, and a lot of them have a great many ideas. The community is really partly to blame, and so are us as content creators. As Guardian relies on free advertising and hype trains to provide clear and concise information about changes in the game. And coming back to why I continue uploading videos about this game, it's almost like a passion. And no doubt, it's hard to produce content for the game. Well, it is for me at least. And increasingly hard to find enjoyment out of the issues that all of us have made apparently clear. Maybe I should have stopped when I was going to take a break. Maybe I'm the only one here. But past history and other content creators from past tell me that history is doomed to repeat itself. So many people have come and gone. I feel like personally I've seen and witnessed all that War Thunder has to offer. The community is massive. There are a multitude of different factors, and there's drama, and there's action, and so many content creators have left this game. But while I try my best to provide entertaining content, in reality it is actually quite hard. Many of the other content creators blame, the other game's issues, and there are many of them. Many of the other content creators blame a certain type of vehicle, or play on, the current meta, and how X vehicle is completely ruining, or is completely historically inaccurate. For me, I don't think that really matters. I don't really care for that. Most of us just really want a balanced game. A game that we can really have fun in. There is quite a bit of wasted potential here. Whether it's map design, whether it's just the game in general. And while my popularity on YouTube starts to slowly increase, I feel compelled to do better by you guys. To strive to do better things. To be more clear about the way that I go about things. And yesterday's video was not any of that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. My name's Ash, and I'll catch you in the next one.